Welcome back to Morning Live. Now, people with albinism face multiple forms of discrimination worldwide, but albinism is still profoundly misunderstood socially and medically. The physical appearance of persons with albinism is often the object of erroneous beliefs and myths influenced by superstition, which foster the marginalization and social exclusion. This leads to various forms of stigma and discrimination. In some communities, erroneous beliefs and myths heavily influenced by superstition but put the security and lives of persons with albinism at constant risk. These beliefs and myths are centuries old and are present in cultural attitudes and practices around the world. And 13th of June is set aside for the International Albinism Awareness Day. And in studio, I'm joined by two beautiful women. That's Luciana Nyawira and beautiful girl that is Sharon Omenda, who's in studio just talk about, of course, the event and just how they're trying to acclimatize all the situation. And it's clear, first of all, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. You good?
Yes.
All right. Maybe you can tell us you're in Form what?
Form 2.
Form 2. All right. And Lucian, you're from the Albinism Society of Kenya, and I'll start with you. And when you talk about the transition, now guys coming to accept the fact that now the inclusivity, how's the progress so far for you guys?
Actually, it's incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, because a year ago, it was a little bit worse.
Okay. A year ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, for me, I think the pageant, the beauty pageant in Albinism East Africa, it was a big step.
Okay.
Yeah, because it reached almost everybody of all classes and all genders, and yeah, that was a very big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just event, the awareness strategy. Yeah, that was good. Anyway, so as a student, which school are you?
Our Lady of Mercy.
Our Lady of Mercy. Okay, now, as a student, I understand the first days when you admitted, you know what I mean, eh? Some concerns, and then, you know, the dynamics of even showering together. You know, as a society, it comes with so many kind of complications. So how was it for you, admission day one now?
Okay, now, my first days at school, okay, it was not that good because people were looking at me. I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, okay.
But these days, people have accepted me and we live as a...
Yeah, as just together as a family. Yes. Now, looking at even the beauty pageant you're mentioning, it's clear so many people came in and witnessed what you people living with albinism can do, but look at the intellectual side. Wow, amazing. That's something that I've never been in doubt. I've actually had classmates back in primary school, high school, and whoa, that's just amazing. Maybe you can tell us about that. How do you feel about now the intellect angle of it?
You know, the thing that we don't realize as Kenyans, if you want to pass information to Kenyans, you have to speak like a Kenyan.
Yeah.
I'm talking about going out of your ways to reach the lowest kind of person ever, because that is where we all come from. As much as we've evolved and we are trying to marry the Western ways, we'll always be Kenyans. And if you can be able to pass your information in a way that Kenyans understand, that's the most important thing. And I believe that is what the Albinism of Kenya was really looking to do. And they succeeded, I guess. Okay.
Now, what's the society doing so far to make sure, in fact, the awareness is out here? But in Kenya, I can say that a section, let me say, of the elite have accepted this. It's just been the normal thing. But there's a section which kind of still found this very strange. Maybe what's society doing about this?
The albinism section?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Of course, being very active on social media and trying to get jobs for people with albinism and holding seminars and conferences and trainings of leaders of the society, to educate, like a way to pass a message that albinism is normal to like other members of the society. Really.
Okay. Now, as a student at Our Lady of Mercy, which Our Lady is that? You know, you have so many Our Lady of Mercies.
South B.
South B. Okay. Now, as a student, when you talk to us about even experience in class, you know, the first day when you know, in chemistry, in English, in biology, I can still beat these other guys. I know you beat them. So how is the feeling, the fact that maybe some people can come consult you about some kind of maybe complication in a given subject? How is always the feeling?
The feeling is good because now you don't look down on yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You encourage yourself and you take it positively. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay. Now, listen, looking at the environment, our environment, of course, the issue about sunscreen, whatever is available for you guys, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about just the melanin. Now, what do you think about the availability and accessibility of such, what is it called? Maybe whatever you guys are using, actually.
It's just sunscreen we use, nothing else.
Okay, nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's the normal one, actually.
yeah. Most of us are provided for by the government, I guess.
Nice.
We could do better. Of course, when we start to talk about the government, it's a little bit.
Yeah.
But especially people in machinery, we'd definitely use some help with getting sunscreens in there. Yeah, because some of the people even up to date don't still know that they need to use sunscreen.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned that last year there's still some problems about people accepting this factor. Maybe what are the challenges you guys are actually going through right now? Societal challenges whereby maybe you go somewhere, there's so many things, maybe the predicaments you go through still, even at this age.
At this age, we can say we are very privileged to have like stakeholders and people out there, Maura and Dr. Choksi, and campaigning for our rights and all. Okay. So at this age, I don't think we have as much challenge as people before us. But of course, the issue of sunscreen and the issue of discrimination and the issue of I think just sunscreen and discrimination because people think you are less of a person because you have a light skin. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Now, after high school, I'm sure you've dreamt you want to be somebody. What do you want to be after high school?
Okay, after high school, I want to go to university and study linguistics.
Linguistics. Yeah. Okay. What pushed you to linguistics?
Pardon?
What pushed you to linguistics, actually?
I really love languages. Okay, in school we usually do one language, foreign language, that is French. And I found it so fun. Okay. Yeah.
So you understand French?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe give us maybe 2 words, like for example, good morning in French.
Good morning. Maybe I say about myself. Okay. Je m'appelle Sharon. Je habite à Nairobi. Okay.
Okay, you've tried. That's good. Now, but back to you, Lucian. When you talk about inclusion, when you talk about even society, politics, when you talk about leadership, I've seen so many people living with albinism taking up these roles, and they're doing well. And what do you think about the capacity and inclusion so far in this country?
The saying, you can't know what you're capable of until you actually try to do it. Yeah. I think people with albinism over the years were not able to try and do like things, extraordinary things, like things beyond what their mom or their dad said they'd do. And when people see Maura like talking of leadership in society, positions and taking them up, we can go so far. Yeah. I mean, we don't even know the limits. Yeah. If Maura can become senator, then what of today's generation with all the technology and all the information and knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Still on you, there's this aspect of maybe a country like Tanzania. You've had maybe I can call them stupid notions they have about people living with albinism. What's your take about this? Because at the end of the day, don't you think, no offense to some section of Tanzanians, but don't you think it's a backward perception whereby there's lack of information? Because it's biological and that's it, nothing else. So what do you think about this?
Honestly, I have never thought about it. But the thing is, I don't know which white man said that, but a white man said that if you want to hide something from Africans, put it in books.
Put it in the books, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I basically think it's not stupid, but we're just very, very, very ignorant. And we really tend to stay in our norms and customs, which sometimes don't do us any good. Yeah. And I think all we need to do is just to really work hard and make them understand that albinism, in their own language and in their own setting, that albinism is not any form of fortune. Yeah.
Interesting. So you have talents, huh?
Yeah.
What's your passion? Maybe what are you good in school, aside from now classwork?
Okay, I'm good at singing.
Singing. Wow, interesting. That's actually very, very, very perfect, because now when you talk about singing also, we have so many people living in albinism who sing so well out here. But of course, I won't tell you to give us a demo today. Do you feel like you need to be included more? Do you push yourself to maybe even choirs in school, drama club in school? What do you do?
Yeah, in school, I usually participate in music festivals. Competitions and singing. Yeah.
So which voice do you sing? Alto, tenor, tenor high, a soprano?
Alto.
Alto. Wow, interesting. Okay. Now, let's talk about acceptance. You know, when you talk about maybe, for example, a love life, are you in love? Are you in a relationship?
Actually, no.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with me having albinism.
Okay.
Everybody's asking me that.
Someone tried to approach you something?
No, you know, whenever I say I'm not in a relationship, and everybody concludes, oh, maybe she has albinism, so she doesn't want to be in a relationship.
But have you, someone ever tried to approach you one way or another? Yeah, it's just an open talk. You can, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, someone ever.
Yeah, of course. But
how many?
Oh my God, I'm 22 right
okay,
now.
22, okay.
And I can't count. Yeah, of course, my relationship life is just a normal life. Like, I've never encountered anybody who's wanted to like date me because I have albinism, or leave me because I have albinism, or like, yeah.
Okay.
It's just normal relationship problems and goals and stuff.
Okay. Now, in the capacity of the Albin Society, have you been a destiny shaper? You take, of course, one of your colleagues or someone you share the same condition. Have you taken the initiative just to mentor them and just tell them, indeed, this condition is... let me talk to the young ones, actually, because now they're the ones who kind of face difficult times. Now, have you taken that initiative to even talk to some of them?
Yeah, of course, because sometimes you get confused, especially in high school and teenage years. It's like you have a double shortcomings, because you're a teenager and you have albinism and all these changes are happening. But really, it takes time to understand who you are and what albinism really is. I didn't understand what albinism was until I was 12.
Okay.
So it takes time, but it's gonna get better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing to fear or like to look down upon yourself because you are of different color. You know, you go to meetings and you go to conferences and you realize there's absolutely nothing different about you. Yeah, it's just that because you're always in the same circle with people of melanin, and you don't see other people, like the other world, and you feel like, maybe I'm so different, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that. But once you get into the world, you actually realize there's nothing different.
Nothing different. Now, group discussions. So you knew power, group discussions class. So I understand you're right in Form 2. Now, Form 1 was kind of trying to acclimatize the environment and everything. Form 2 now, different year, you're getting into the system. So a bit on me, how is it for you when group discussion comes in and you're also chipping in, before we now talk to go to the aspect of now trying to try to bring out your opinions in class? How is it for you maybe when you're having that group discussion?
Okay. In group discussions, as in they take me as who I am. They do not maybe look down on me, maybe not taking my opinions.
Okay. Interesting. Now, you mentioned leaders in this country, the likes of Maura. Are they like a subtle mirror to you? Are you looking forward to maybe being like them? Because now at the end of the day, there's some inspirational angle on it. But are they inspiring you? Or maybe politics is so dynamic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Politics can cut in all ways direction. You might not like what he's doing, or you might like what he's doing, but because he's a person living with albinism, do you feel like he kind of oozes some inspiration to you?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
He's been my mentor since I was 19. I started working with him when I was 19, and he's been a very, very big push, especially to my confidence.
Okay.
And as what inspires me more about Maria is the fact that he believes in himself. It doesn't matter whether it's not because he has albinism, but him just as a person, he really, really believes in himself, and that is what I take from him the most as a politician. I'm not interested in politics in any way.
Yeah, that's why I was very careful with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if he can do it in his field,
Yeah.
then of course he sheds some light.
Justice
I
movement
can
also,
do it in my field. Yeah.
Okay, so for you as a person, what is your passion? What's your field right now?
I'm doing PR in school.
Okay.
So I'm looking to get into fashion PR
Fashion
eventually.
PR. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because now, as much as you're looking for getting into PR, that means you'll be meeting so many people.
Exactly.
Yeah, so many people. And are you ready to face this?
Looking at an angle of me having albinism and getting into PR, or just me as a person?
It's just not the intellectual angle now, that is.
Definitely
Yeah.
ready. I was born ready, I guess.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've been preparing and having the kinds of Kinamora push you.
Yeah.
There's no time to sleep or
Yes, true.
like lean behind. You have to work hard.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to go with the pace. Yeah.
Now, something else. When you talk about the Albinism Society of Kenya taking advantage, allegations of some officials taking advantage of even the core agenda of the society, are you in maybe having information of what is happening? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the society and your predicaments, and just to make sure you're empowered. What do you think about the mismanagement of some of your maybe just agendas in the office?
Mismanagement?
Yeah.
Talking about the society is a very, very, very well structured place.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Maura being the chairperson.
Yeah,
he can
absolutely.
be very, very tough at times.
We're getting, that's where I was getting. And allegations of him maybe trying to take advantage. And what is it all about?
I don't really understand your question. What do you mean take advantage?
Because allegations came in from the media that indeed the society is not being run well, left, right, center. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I have worked with the society for quite some time, and I can tell you...
Also, you're part of the society. I'm even questioning... Anyway, so
I left.
Proceed, okay?
I left. I work with L'Oreal right now, but I used to work with them some time back. And I can tell you, when I was there, everything was going as per plan.
Okay.
I'm talking about time, I'm talking about money, I'm talking about programs, I'm talking about everything.
So
every single thing.
Those issues in the media, nothing bad is happening in society, is it?
Bad? No.
Okay.
I don't think
So before you wind up, maybe you can tell us, as much as you want to be a linguistic in school, what do you think about the International Albinism Awareness Day? Your final sentiments before you wind up. Yeah.
I think this day will do as good as people with albinism, and I think it will also encourage us not to look down on ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah. And realize that other people recognize us.
Okay. All right. You're doing a good job, Lucian. Thank you so much. Sharon also for coming. All the best. Form 2 right now. 2 years to go. And I wish you all the best in your case years in advance. Because I know it's 2 years. But of course, Lucian, good job. You're doing all the best in your quest for PR in the fashion sector.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Now,